Hello and welcome back to Film Pro Productivity and Success, the podcast that helps creative people to live a more focused, effective and happy life. My name is Carter Ferguson and this is episode 177. Stop believing these 5 productivity lies. You cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. Greg McKeown. Unquote. I actually think that's Greg McKeown, for I know someone with the same spelling of that name. This is the final episode, you heard me right, the final episode of Season 14. There will be more to come, do not panic. And it's been a pretty good run, I reckon. This has been quite a good season, quite enjoyed recording this one. It was definitely a significant undertaking for me to get a full season together in the first instance, as my time really has not been my own this year with so much work coming in and still coming in, even as I'm recording this final episode. Even though I was trying to dodge work, I'm heading back up north to complete work on a feature in 1 day, 1.5 days. Sunday. It's Friday now. I'm going on Sunday. So that explain it for you. But anyway, thanks again for joining me for the season and for joining me on this show. And before I get into this week's show, in fact, let me just remind you that last week I talked about the bad apple effect, which explores how one negative or unproductive individual in a group can disrupt teamwork. It can lower morale and reduce your overall performance. It's a very good one, even though I do say so myself, and it's one that can really bring you down, that effect. So once you've finished on today's episode, and if you have not heard it, please do go back and check that one out. Many people unknowingly follow productivity myths that hinder their progress rather than help it. And you might recognise these myths in your own way of working and your own behaviours. But don't worry, I'll also provide in this episode clear, practical steps to replace these unhelpful productivity habits with effective solutions. So without further ado, let us crack on with this one. The first big lie that I want to uncover today is being busy means being productive. Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action. Tim Ferriss, unquote. People often mistake being busy for being effective, but the two are not the same. Being busy usually involves filling your day with random tasks regardless of their importance, without prioritizing, is my point. While being effective means focusing your time and energy on activities that truly matter, that truly make a difference. You need to realize that not all tasks carry the same value, and doing more does not necessarily equate to achieving more. True productivity is about prioritizing the right tasks, those that align with your goals, that is, and also deliver meaningful results that bring you towards those goals, rather than simply keeping yourself occupied. Simply put, and I've used this quote at least once in this season, but simply put, by working smarter, not harder, you can maximize your impact and avoid the trap of busyness, as opposed to busyness. Try and avoid that trap. And one actionable tip that you can use to help you here is this. At the start of your day, write down the top 3 tasks that will have the biggest impact on your goals. Focus on completing those first before moving on to anything less important. And at the end of the day, reflect back and think, did I accomplish something meaningful today, or did I just stay busy? The next big lie is that meetings are always necessary to get things done. People who enjoy meetings should not be in charge of anything. Thomas Sowell, unquote. Many people think that meetings are the best way to align teams and make progress, but excessive or poorly organised meetings often waste time, they disrupt our focus, and they lead to meeting, in inverted commas, meeting fatigue. So just remember that not all discussions need to happen in real time. The truth is that meetings should be a last resort, not the default action. Many decisions can be made, asynchronously, through tools like emails asynchronously. I'm going to have to look that up. Is that the right word? Bear with me. In fact, I'll pause. Right, I'm back. I wanted to check that one out. Asynchronously means not happening or existing at the same time or in the same time frame. I think I used it in the right context there. I'm on Google, by the way. It implies a lack of synchronicity or simultaneous occurrence. In effect, it means not simultaneously. Okay. Sometimes I write these things or I'm researching them and I pick up a word and I just think that should be put in more plain English. But anyway, many decisions can be made separately through tools like emails, shared documents, or messaging platforms. Oprah Winfrey shared her approach to running effective meetings. Her system emphasizes clarity, purpose, and respect for everyone's time, and they run like this. Number 1. By the way, this is good stuff. Try and stick to this. Number 1, know the purpose of the meeting. Oprah insists that every meeting must have a clear purpose. Before any meetings are beginning, she asks, what is our intention for this meeting and what is important? I'll say again, what is our intention for this meeting and what is important? Answering these simple questions ensures everyone is aligned and knows why they are there, basically. And as a freelancer, I have suffered greatly from having to sit through unnecessary meetings. Oh yes, that is a truth right there that I am, as a fact, I am spitting. Beware of meeting with people on full-time salaries who work in offices and who are bored but are paid to attend these things. They'll want weekly meetings or daily meetings just to give them something to do sometimes. But as a freelancer, as someone who's got to make money, you need to limit these get-togethers as they will just cost you time and energy and they're not going to bring in any additional income. Number 2, Oprah's next rule is to stay focused on the goal. She values efficiency. Once the purpose of a meeting is defined, remember those 2 questions, what is our intention for this meeting and what is important? Once that's defined, she keeps the meeting focused on achieving that goal. She avoids unnecessary tangents or topics that are not relevant to the meeting's intention. Number 3, next, she will make sure every single person speaks. She believes in giving everyone a voice, and Oprah often asks each person to share their perspective to ensure diverse viewpoints are heard. This creates a collaborative and inclusive environment. This is not a woke thing. Don't go panicking about it. This is just ensuring that everybody's point of view is heard. It is important. So make sure in a meeting someone's not just sitting through it and not contributing. You want to have these diverse opinions. Sometimes that's what will get a problem project back on the rails. Number 4, Oprah. Is this the last one? Hold on, I'll check forward. I think this is the last one. Oprah will end the meeting with actionable steps. So at the end of every meeting, she ensures that clear takeaways or action plans are set out. So she will ask at the end of the meeting, right, folks, what is the next step? This will help to prevent meetings from being just discussions, and it'll make them far more productive and actionable. Taking action. Oprah values people's time and keeps her meetings as short as possible. She avoids wasting time on drawn-out discussions or unnecessary formalities. Her meeting rules focus on intentionality, inclusivity, and efficiency, and she ensures that meetings are meaningful and productive rather than a drain on time and energy. And these principles can be applied to any team or organization. Use these rules when it comes to your own meetings. A, only schedule meetings with a clear goal and agenda. B, consider alternatives like email updates, video conferencing, or task collaboration boards like Trello or Asana. There's a lot of people in the productivity world are experts in these things. I don't tend to work in big teams in that way, but Trello and Asana are the ones that come up again and again. And finally, use the 2 pizza rule popularized by Amazon. So if the group is too large to be fed with 2 pizzas, the meeting might be too big to be productive. There's a bunch of stuff about meetings there. Don't let them get out of control. And I've mentioned this before. If you're ever working for a council, like local government, these people are on full-time salaries and they adore having meetings. As a freelancer, you do not want to get stuck in them. So have great awareness and try to avoid getting pulled into weekly, meaningless, time-consuming meetings that stop you getting on with the stuff that matters. The third big lie, and I really used to believe this one myself until I learned a few hard lessons, or a few lessons the hard way, is that multitasking makes you more efficient. Remember the Russian proverb, if you chase 2 rabbits, you will not catch either one. Far from leading to better productivity, multitasking actually reduces focus and increases mistakes because our brain is not designed to focus on multiple complex tasks simultaneously. I mean, I do a bit of dog walking and I listen to a podcast at the same time. That's not exactly complex, or I might find myself driving and making phone calls at the same time, but that's not the sort of thing I'm talking about. As I say, larger form multitasking reduces our focus, makes us make more mistakes. Our brain just isn't designed to do it. It's not designed to focus on multiple complex tasks simultaneously. Instead of doing that, we task switch, rapidly shifting attention between tasks, which increases the kind of brain load. It slows us down. In fact, slows our productivity down, and it leads to more mistakes. And this constant switching will disrupt our deep focus, our deep work abilities, and it'll lower the quality of work, and it causes more mental fatigue and stress as well. Numerous studies on this topic prove that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40% because the brain wastes time kind of reorienting itself after every switch, after every job. So over time, that also will impair our ability to focus on single tasks. So to work more effectively, focus on one task at a time, and that will improve your efficiency. It'll improve the quality of your work, and it will also improve your mental clarity. Multitasking is the art of messing up several things at once. Steve Uzzell, unquote. Yes, folks, the truth is that single tasking is far more effective for quality and efficiency. So here are 3 simple tips to replace multitasking. I go on about it all the time. 1, use the Pomodoro technique. Focus on one task for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and then this will help you to stay productive without feeling overwhelmed. I've done a show about the topic, so go check it out. But in short, studies have proven that if you're studying for something or working on something, your brain will sharpen up to about 25 minutes into it, and then it'll start to fade away. So you take a short break at that point and come back to it, and it prolongs your ability to work at that kind of higher level. And then every few 25-minute slots, you take a longer break, basically. But there's a whole episode about it. I won't say any more. Number 2, prioritize with to-do lists. Write down your tasks in the order of importance that they come in. Nearly got that sentence out. Yeah, write down your tasks in the order of importance and tackle them one at a time, starting with the most critical, and use tools like the Eisenhower matrix to help you to prioritize. And again, this is a subject I've done episodes on, so go back and check it out. Have a listen if you need to understand this better. The Eisenhower matrix is, it'll just help you to prioritize tasks. It's like urgent, non-urgent, important, unimportant. It's a kind of 4-way split. Very, very simple. I'm not going to say any more about it now. Go check it out if you're having trouble in this way. Number 3, eliminate distractions. Silence notifications on your phone. Even while I've been recording this season, I have been forgetting to switch my phone off on occasion, and it has been an absolute drag. You also want to close unnecessary tabs. Dedicate blocks of time to specific tasks to stay focused, and I'd add to that as well, tidy your desk. Don't have it covered with stuff that's not dealt with. These are all good things. Anyway, oh yeah, also remember these words from Winston Churchill, who said, "You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks." What a brilliant quote. What a fantastic quote. Whether it was truly him that said it or not, I don't know, but it's a really excellent one. You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. Brilliant. Number 4 on my list today is that you need motivation to get started. I'll say that again. You need motivation to get started. We often think motivation is the key to productivity, but the truth is, waiting to feel motivated can hold you back, and relying on motivation is a flawed approach. Building systems, habits, and discipline is a significantly better way to stay productive, even when your motivation is fading away. The truth is that waiting for motivation leads to procrastination, but it is action that creates motivation, not the other way around. You don't have to be motivated to be productive. You just have to show up and let discipline take over. James Clear, unquote. One great tip to get yourself started is to use the 5-minute rule, a simple productivity technique designed to overcome procrastination and boost motivation. And the idea is this: if there's a task that you've been avoiding, tell yourself you're going to work on it for just 5 minutes. So you commit to starting it, even if it's only for that short amount of time. It's going to trick you, but I'm going to do 5 minutes work on this. I'm going to get started on it, because starting is often the hardest part of any task. Once you begin, though, you're more likely to continue working beyond the 5 minutes. It takes advantage of inertia. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going. So even if you stop after 5 minutes, you've still made progress, which can reduce your overwhelm and build momentum for the next session. It's especially effective for tasks that feel absolutely overwhelming or are just simply boring. And there's a lot of them in this world. So look back at my early episode on this. It's this season. It's 170. Stop waiting, start doing. If you want to know more about this topic, episode 170. I was thinking it was before that. My final productivity lie today is one that comes up again and again in the creativity world. It's everyone needs to be involved in every decision. And we often think this as we have perhaps been encouraged in various collaborative creative projects that we've done in the past. We've maybe started to think in this way. That certainly has been my issue. I've suffered badly from this belief in the past, this error. Everyone needs to be involved in every decision is a total productivity killer. Here's the thing. So I came through Scottish Youth Theatre, worked with Mary McCluskey, who was artistic director, and Graham Hunter, Finlay McClay, Robin Peoples, a whole load of just brilliant teachers, and it was a very collaborative world. We all collaborated and we were all into it, and collaboration was just the name of the game, and we were just so supportive of each other. I then moved into the professional world and realised that, fuck me, nobody works in this way. The incredible, wonderful work that was done at Scottish Youth Theatre when I was young didn't transfer too well into some of the productions and projects that I worked on after that, and I have scraped and looked and delved and tried to find amazing collaborators that I could work with, and I've never quite found them again. And that's the hard way. I have learned that not everyone needs to be involved in every decision, because sometimes when I gave these people their place, they took it in the wrong direction. Some of them tried to hijack projects. Some of them just tried to take advantage of me and the situation. So I recognise this when I feel this one. But anyway, I'm going off on one a little bit there. Let's do as Oprah Winfrey says and stay on target. The reality is that in most scenarios, involving too many people slows down decision making. It creates confusion and it blurs accountability. Instead, focus on these principles. 1, involve the right people. Only include those with the expertise or responsibility for the decision. Other people aren't relevant. They don't need to weigh in. That's another way of cutting down the number of people at meetings. If you're having a meeting about design, you don't necessarily need to have the fight coordinator there. You don't necessarily need to have the actors there, for example. I've certainly been in production meetings where they just invite everyone, and there is a place for everyone sometimes to sit down. But I remember theatre production meetings that lasted all day. Sometimes they don't have to happen in that way. Sometimes what people are talking about is not relevant to everyone in the room. But anyway, number 1, involve the right people. Only include those with the expertise or responsibility for the decision. Others don't need to weigh in. That was number 1. Number 2, define roles clearly. Clarify who makes the decision, who gives input, and who just needs updates on it, right? That's all you need to do, because the third part of this is keep those other people that that need updates, keep them informed. That's part 3 of this. So while not everyone needs to make the decision, you do need to make sure that once the decision is made, the rest of the team is made aware of decisions that affect them. When you know your role in the team, you empower others to play theirs. Simon Sinek, unquote. Remember, folks, that productivity isn't about following trends or outdated advice. It's about finding what works for you. And the 5 productivity lies that I have discussed today, as a reminder, are as follows. 1. Being busy means being productive. Busyness does not equate to being productive. Number 2, meetings are always necessary to get stuff done. No, they're not. They're not always necessary. They are sometimes necessary. Number 3, multitasking makes you more efficient. It's an untruth. Number 4, you need motivation to get started. No, you don't. You need to take action to get started. Otherwise, you're just procrastinating. And number 5, that everyone needs to be involved in every decision. Flat untrue. Your call to action today is to pick one lie that you've fallen for in the past or right now and try one of my listed solutions here to overcome it. And that's it. That's the end of season 14. So I do hope that you have found all of this to be useful. I've dedicated several weeks, really, it's pushed into months of my time to this season, because I like to do stuff that matters. I got to be honest, I was really getting frustrated that I couldn't get to the show, and I have moved other things around quite significantly to make sure that these shows have been recorded for you, because I feel it's very, very important to give back, and it also gives me a real feeling of satisfaction when I get the whole season out and it's all together, it's all promoted, etc. Okay? If you'd care to share any of these episodes or the link to the website, filmproproductivity.com, please do so. Anything you can do to support the show is greatly appreciated. Any support you can give, whether it's through sponsoring shows, thank you to all the sponsors this season, or leaving reviews on podcast apps, whatever one you're using, star review, even if you can't be bothered writing a short sentence about it, or sharing episodes that you've enjoyed on social media. All of that, massively appreciated. And I'll be forever thankful to you for doing these things. This season I have trialled some AI software to help me put some stuff together. It proved to be a bit of a mixed bag, and I think that the main thing I must say about AI is that it really isn't particularly intelligent at all. I did this as I'm working up an episode on the topic of AI, but it's moving so quickly it's a problem. Stay tuned for season 15 because I'll be coming to my assessment of AI hopefully by the end of the year on this one. It's definitely been an experience. I've really had to use it for some of the image generation because the social medias have changed. I used to be able to just make one image and it would work for everything, and unfortunately the socials have changed what they accept as images, and I now need to make 3 images for every show. It's an absolute nightmare. So I've lent on that. I create the main image and then I extend the image using AI in Photoshop. Yeah, I've used it here and there in the show, and even in this episode here, there was a bit of it that as I was going through it, I thought, that's absolute bollocks, and just cut it out. It's definitely not the answer to everyone, but look forward to season 15 where I'll talk a bit more about this. But anyway, I very much appreciate you giving up your valuable time to join me here, and I am forever grateful for your support. If you've sponsored an episode or backed me up in any way, shape or form, thank you. Please do drop me a line via the contact page on the website. And remember, you can use the SpeakPipe link there to leave me a voice note if you've got suggestions for future episodes. It's very simple. Go onto the contact page on your form, hit SpeakPipe, and you can record a message. I think it's something like up to 90 seconds. I'll get that message, and potentially I can use that in another show. Every day is a new opportunity to create, grow, and become the most productive version of yourself. So embrace it, folks, and greatness will follow. Let me end today with some words. I'll end the season with some words of wisdom from Apple co-founder, the late Steve Jobs, who said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great. Now take control of your own destiny. Keep on shooting. Don't make these productivity mistakes. And join me next season. Or maybe I'll do a little bit of I've got a wee 2-episode special I might chuck in first. We'll see. I might make it part of season 15. We shall see. But join me next season on Film Pro Productivity and Success. The music that you hear right now is Adventures by Himitsu. You can view the show notes for this episode only on the official website, filmproproductivity.com. Now, you can follow me on Instagram, that's it, at fight_director. Join me there, that's my personal account, or join the show on Facebook only at Film Pro Productivity. I've killed Twitter, it's gone, X is gone. Please continue, folks, to support the show by subscribing, spreading the word, leaving an awesome review, and have a great break. I'll catch you next time. If you want to listen to some other shows in the interim, please go onto the show notes. I've got 3 or 4 more podcasts there. I've got the I've got the Filmmakers podcast, Giles Alderson's show. I've got the Horror Cut, which is Gary Hewitt's show. I've got Wild World, which is David Wild's show. And I've got the Film Fights with Friends show with Paul and Steve as well. These are all great podcasts. They're not productivity shows, but you can go and listen to them if you're looking for shows to listen to in the break here. I've ran over. Have a good one, folks. Catch you next time.